So somebody says, why, sir, please tell me, why is it that we had 2 wars against countries that did nothing to us, Iraq and Afghanistan, and we lost 7,000 soldiers, as I recall. We spent $5 or $6 or $7 trillion. Why did we have those wars? Why is it that the assault weapons ban was not renewed in 2005? Why is it that we have Medicare Advantage, this new scam that's running around? Why is it that for an entire 8 years, from 2000 to 2008, nothing was done about climate change? Well, the answer is Sandra Day O'Connor. Sandra Day O'Connor told several people right after the 2000 election. She was sitting with several people actually watching TV when Dan Rather came on TV and said, Al Gore won the election. Remember, it was originally called for Al Gore? And then, you know, down in Florida, it was like, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. And then the Florida Supreme Court ordered a recount, said, hey, there's a lot of irregularities here. Not to mention, you know, Jeb Bush knocking 90,000 African Americans off the voting rolls in the months just before the election. And at that point, Sandra Day O'Connor, watching this on TV that Al Gore had just won, stood up and said, this is terrible. Because her husband had just been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. This was 2000. Her husband had just been diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and she wanted to retire from the Supreme Court so she could care for him, but she did not want to be replaced by Al Gore. She did not want Al Gore to nominate her replacement. She wanted a Republican to nominate her replacement. And so she became the deciding vote, the swing vote, in the Bush v. Gore decision that handed the White House from Al Gore to George W. Bush. And, you know, everybody is lionizing Sandra Day O'Connor. I think she did considerable harm to this country, and that the record should show that more clearly. I mean, what I just shared with you is not a secret. This is not some, you know, something that you've got to have the liberal decoder ring to find. This was in the New York Times at the time. I mean, this is, you know, you can find news stories from, well, not from 2000. I mean, it came out a year or so later that this had happened. But, you know, like I said, it's not a secret. She never denied it.